working the TV, just pick up the handset. It'll give you choices of things, either cable or you can go to Apple TV. If you click on, it'll fire everything up, including the speaker system. Takes a second. Give it a minute. It's got to find its connections. There it is. Here's your volumes on the left side and mute. So I can turn up the volume. You can change channels here, one at a time. Or you can type in a number, and it'll start to show on the screen while you do. Oops. 7. I typed in 7. I don't know what that's going to take me to. But then I hit the OK button right there. This is the enter, this little dot in the middle. It goes there. You can hit guide. We'll get the cable guide. Then you can use these arrow keys to scroll, let's say, down.
Well, joining us is Dr. Kevin Sabet. He is the president and CEO of Smart Approaches to Marijuana.
Of course, you can't watch those because they're not on now. This is another way you can scroll through to get to what you want. Let's check out some Sesame Street.
Who is the director of state
policies hit the OK
for the
button.
Marijuana Policy Project.
Goes to that. Hit guide again to get the choices back up. Some faster tools like page up or page down to go faster through the system of choices. Cable. Once you get to something, go to this basketball game and hit OK. Goes to that. And if I do want to go check out the Apple TV side, I can come back here, back to these main menus, hit Apple, and it'll change screens. Goes to a screensaver first, and then your kind of menu click around button is menu. So to get off a screensaver and see the Apple TV choices, you would do menu. It'll back up. It's showing the last thing we were watching, but I'm going to keep backing up till it gets back to this main screen. And from here, I'm going to use left and right arrow keys up and down, and we'll scroll down. Maybe we find Netflix with these arrow keys. Once it's highlighted, click the OK button. Goes into Netflix. You can just pick my account. Click yes. And from here, you're going to use the arrow keys again to move around. So I might go, right now I'm over on the main screen, so I'm scrolling down. But if I want to get over to those side navs, I just hit the left button to get there. And I'm scrolling down to movies, let's say, hit yes. And all the other apps will work kind of the same way. From here in movies, I can click to the right. Right now you can see where it's at, more info, so I can click down and just start looking through different movies. I can go down to my list or look for things. Once we pick something we like,
please take your...
Again, same thing, we'll just use the select button.
These people
you get your options as you should. Play, add to my list, hit play, and it goes right into it. So that's pretty much your functions for TV. This is your select button, your nav buttons, your volume buttons, channel one at a time buttons. If you don't have the channel scroll, which of course we don't have a channel scroll now because we're on Apple. To go back to Cox, just hit Cox, you see it change, and notice the number keypad has come up, so I can type in exact channels, or I can go to guide, look for channels, and in this case, the menu on the Cox side the menu brings up like the Cox Cable menu in case you want to go look for something here.
Is your credit score
Which you
getting
can
in the way
do.
of things you want to do?
But that is kind of it. Menu button is your, especially on Apple TV, the way to back out of a navigation. Guide, of course, is for cable. So hit that, we get our cable guide. We'll always select here. Go to a channel. That's your main stuff. Exit is a good one too. If you're like stuck on the guide, you're like, okay, I don't need to see guide anymore, you just hit exit. Gets rid of that. Pretty good tutorial. Okay, and then also really key when you're watching things, when you're done, the way to turn off everything, it'll just all go off, the sound, everything all at once, is very simply this power button at the bottom. And you don't hold it, you just push it and you'll watch the screen just wind down and do a turn off. So again, this power button right here, when you're done, turns off everything. If you ever lose your screen, by the way, if it fades out, you just kind of move the remote and you get your screen back. But power button will just start a process, turning off, and everything winds down. Then really important, this needs to be back in the cradle for charging. I think it only lasts maybe about a day, 2 at the most, so you need to keep it in the cradle for sure.